What's up everybody, it's Alexander Travelbum, and today we're going over what gear you need to get started as a travel vlogger. So if you want more tips and hacks on how to travel the world and how to make videos, then subscribe right now and click the bell so that you don't miss anything. Okay, so number one. First thing you're going to need, obviously, is a camera. So you're going to need to pick out your camera. You can either get a DSLR, a point and shoot, or you can make videos on your phone or with a GoPro. But I'm gonna give you some reasons why and why not to do some of those things. For a camera, the one that I and many people would suggest, especially for travel vloggers, would be the Canon 80D. The old version of it, the Canon 70D, that's the one that I started out with in Southeast Asia. The quality could have been better. I also had to downgrade the quality of it when I was uploading because the uploads took so long in some of the countries that I was in. But still, it's a great camera, and what you really need as a travel vlogger is great autofocus. So I actually upgraded, and right now I'm filming on the Panasonic GH5, which, don't get me wrong, is a great camera, but it doesn't have the autofocus that Canon cameras have. And it's a great camera for many things. For travel vlogging, it's really kind of a to use. Try the Canon 70D, I believe it's around this price right now, or the Canon 80D, the newer version of it, which is just slightly upgraded and better. Number two, on that note, the phone. An iPhone, whatever phone you have, you can take videos with that, but you're going to want another camera to go off of. But I still do use it, not for full videos, but when I need to be a little bit more under the radar, I'll take my phone out instead of this big old DSLR that everybody is looking at with a camera on top, and I'll shoot some B-roll on my camera, on my iPhone. So it's good to have an iPhone to shoot on, but you really don't want to shoot everything on an iPhone. There are a lot of good point and shoot cameras these days. They're usually a lot cheaper than DSLRs, and it would be great to start out with something like that. The problem is they don't have lenses that you can change up, so you don't get kind of the range that you can get with a DSLR. And as far as GoPro, some people think that they're just gonna get a GoPro and film all their videos on it. But GoPro, although it's really good at what it does, it has some limitations as far as audio and quality, and just, it's really hard to watch a full video on GoPro. Alright, so let's get into my camera bag. I'm just gonna go over the essentials here. I actually have a lot more, and I'm going to make a video about what I use in detail. It's about 50 to 100 products in there, so we're just gonna go over the things that you really need to know starting out. This is my camera bag. And on that note, you're going to need a camera bag. A lot of people shell out the big bucks to get one of those beautiful camera bags where it has this cushion inside where you can fit each little lens and your camera and everything perfectly, and your camera will be very safe and it just will look beautiful. But if you're a travel vlogger, I suggest that you don't do that. Here's why. You don't want to look like you have a lot of money or you have a lot of expensive gear with you. So what I do is I got this military style backpack off of Amazon. And this is great for a few reasons. It doesn't look like there's expensive gear in here. It kind of blends in, the color is good. It just looks like a regular backpack that anybody would wear. And so people are less likely to want to steal anything in here. The other reason it's great is because it's highly customizable. Because the zipper unzips all the way around, and believe it or not, these backpacks are hard to find. Usually the zipper goes only halfway or something like that. Because it opens all the way, I was able to customize my backpack. So I made these inserts right here, which hold my camera gear perfectly, and everything just fits in the right spot, and it's safe. And best of all, it was cheap to make. Click that video to see how you can make this bag. The next reason this backpack is great is because one of the things that you're going to probably want as a travel vlogger, which is a drone. If you have the DJI Spark, which is one of the cheaper, high-quality drones, you're gonna want this backpack. The DJI Spark fits exactly into this pocket here. So enough of the backpack. you're gonna want a drone. DJI Spark is a great budget but professional option. I haven't used it too much yet, but it gets footage like this. So you can see that the footage is pretty high quality. You're going to want a drone if you're a travel vlogger because you're going to want to show a different perspective of the place. It captures everything around you that you can't really get while you're walking around filming. Just everybody knows that drone shots are amazing and you can't really mess them up. It's going to enhance your footage so much. Next up, memory cards and a memory card case. You're probably going to want to have quite a few memory cards with you so that you don't put all of your footage on one. And you're gonna need the extra room for all of the video you're gonna be shooting. I carry around about 10 memory cards with me at a time. Okay, so next, a hacky sack. Why would you need a hacky sack? Well, you don't absolutely need this, but it's basically a mini tripod. When you set your camera up on a rock or some other rough surface, some uneven surface, you can use this to put your camera on, put it to the side, put it to the front, to kind of push your camera in the angle that you want it to be. So that's it. Next you might want this. It's a memory card to iPhone cable. So you can put your memory card in the top here, and then you plug this directly into your iPhone or a friend's iPhone, and you can get the footage right there. You can just click them, put them onto your phone, and it's a really good way to share footage with friends, to share your photos with them. You can just give this to them, they can plug it into their phone and pick out the pictures that they want. It's great for travel and making some travel friends. Okay, next, obviously, you're going to need a computer. This is my floppy computer. So what I use is a MacBook Pro. I highly suggest a MacBook Pro. Apple products, everyone has them. It's really powerful and has a great picture. I don't really need to go into the benefits of a MacBook, but you should use these for editing. Okay, so the next item is this. This is a dead cat. And believe it or not, this is not an animal, it's a microphone. And it's the Rode Video Mic Pro, and I love this thing. It is great for travelers especially because of its small stature. The microphone that's supposed to be a little bit better than this one, the Rode Video Mic Pro, it's about this long, and it's just this huge microphone on the top of your camera. And which is great for YouTubers, it's great quality. But if you're gonna be traveling, this one is much better because look how small it is. You can put it anywhere. And the dead cat on it, you actually don't need this, but it's for wind muffling. So I just keep it on there all the time. No matter how weird it looks when I'm walking around with this thing, it's actually a conversation starter, and some people come up and just talk to you about it, and you can get a new subscriber that way. So get a microphone. As far as I'm concerned, the Rode series is all that you need. It has everything you need for every type of video, and it seems to be the only thing that anybody uses. They kind of have a monopoly on the market, so look up Rode, R-O-D-E, and look at the Micro and the Mic Pro. This one is a little cheaper than the Mic Pro too. Next, you're going to need some extra batteries. I always have at least 3 batteries to my camera at all times. You can get knockoff versions for really, really cheap. Next, you're going to need some editing headphones. You're always going to want to edit with headphones because the quality of the audio, it just changes so much. You can't really edit on the speakers on your computer because it just doesn't do it. You need to hear the pitch, all the tones, the bass, hear everything a little bit better because it's going to change significantly when you listen to it without the headphones. Next, external hard drives. These are absolutely necessities, and you need at least one of these. I get 1 terabyte hard drives instead of say 2, 3, 4, or 5 because you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. In case one fails, you only lose that amount of footage. I have my footage across about 5 of these days, so if one fails, I don't lose everything I've ever done in the last couple years. Okay, next is the ape case. If you are going to be customizing your backpack like I did over here, the ape case is great because it keeps your gear safe and it keeps it in separate compartments. You can get different sizes of this to fit your needs, and I linked to this below, so check them out, they're really great. Okay, the next few really quick are GoPro related. I do love the GoPro for when I'm underwater, scuba diving, snorkeling, on a bike or something where you really need, where you don't want to break your camera or you don't want to have a huge camera around all these people. GoPros are great. I still use it, I just don't use it that much compared to my DSLR because the quality just isn't there. But anyway, you're going to want a hand grip. This is a floating hand grip, so you can take it into the ocean, and if you drop it, it floats to the top. So hand grip is great. And then the next item on those lines, this is a mouth mount. So you just put it in your mouth. You can see everything POV, and it's just really great for when you can't use your hands. And then the next GoPro mount, this is a suction cup mount that you can suction cup to a window. And so you can get a time lapse going outside when you're on your plane or on a train or when you're on a road trip in your car. This has been great. And the last thing GoPro related is this underwater housing for scuba. You're only gonna need this if you go scuba diving or something because your GoPro can only go, I believe, 10 meters down, and if you're scuba diving, you're gonna be going below that, and your GoPro will explode or something like that. So you need this underwater housing for the pressure when you're going down there. Alright, the last thing you're gonna need for your camera, if you have a DSLR, is this little brush and spray. Because when you're traveling, it's probably going to get a little dirty or dusty, and you can use this to kind of shoot off some of the dust and dirt there. One of these has a little spray bottle in the back, and one has the air, so I kind of use both. Okay, so the next couple things you are gonna need aren't actually in my backpack. Firstly, it's an editing program. I highly suggest Final Cut Pro. So there are two main editing programs, and that's Final Cut Pro and Adobe Premiere Pro. And those are both the professional editing programs, and I really suggest getting one of those if you have the budget. Final Cut Pro costs around $300. It's a one-time fee, and that's what I use, and it is great. You can do everything you want. But if you do Adobe Premiere Pro, it's a monthly fee. And if you are just starting out, you can do a free program. If you have Apple, you can do iMovie. But anyway, Final Cut Pro is what I recommend. Okay, the next thing is you're going to need music for your videos. First off, you can do the free music from within YouTube, and these are really great to start out with, but there really isn't too much, and I was using these songs for the first few months, and I started realizing as I watched more and more travel videos that everybody else was using the same songs as me, and I just really did not like that. I like to be different, and I'm sure you do too. So what I use now is Epidemic Sound. It's amazing, it's perfect, it has so many tracks, and you get a ton of music, and it's perfect. And now my videos don't have the same songs as everybody else. I link to Epidemic Sound below, so if you want to check it out, please hit that link and use that to go there. Alright, that's it for today. I want to know, what kind of camera are you using, or what kind of camera are you planning to use if you're going to be vlogging or traveling? Comment down below and let me know. I want to check it out. So once again, thank you for watching. I'm Alexander Travelbum. Please subscribe if you have not already. Like this video, it helps me out, and I will see you in the next video.